All right. How to close these deals? You can't do an assignment. Not the normal way we do an assignment where you get paid at closing and the buyer pays you at closing. You can't do that. Okay, you're going to have to do a double closing, a simultaneous closing, and you have to use a back-to-back funding lender when you do a simultaneous closing. Okay? Or your own cash, if you don't want to use a back-to-back lender. And when I say a back-to-back funding, back-to-back closing lender, it could be a hard money company. It could be like Coastal Funding I talked about yesterday. It could just be a private lender. Okay, private lenders will also do that. And these are really short-term loan, like for 1 to 2 days at the max. And then you have to find a buyer. Okay, if you don't do a double closing, then when you make your offer, make it in the name of a trust. Make it in the land of a land trust. Okay, not in your name or your company's name. And then when you assign your contract, you're going to assign the beneficial interest of that trust, which is a personal property, not a real property. Thank you. Okay, guys, explain
that in more detail, please?
Anybody here don't know what a land trust is?
No, that I understand.
Okay. Well, a land trust is nothing more than an agreement, that said that it's a land trust is sort of, it is its own entity. Okay, so you can kind of relate it to like a corporation sort of. Okay, so you create this land trust, and the reason why people use land trust is so that way they can use it to shield who's the owner of that property. So to the public record, they can only see that the land trust is the owner, but they can't see who the beneficiary of that trust is, which is the real owner. Okay, and so when you put properties under land trust, and you can not, this is not just applicable to REOs, but also with short sales, or anytime you want to put a house in a land trust. So the contract with the bank is under 123 Main Street Trust, for example, Tim Mai trustee. Okay, so now and let's say my corporation is the beneficiary interest of that trust. So instead of assigning a contract like we normally do, I assign the beneficial interest of that trust to another person. Okay. For money, exactly. So what happens then is that they paying my assignment fee outside of closing. It does not go on the HUD. It happens outside of closing. You guys understand that? Okay. And even if you don't use a land trust, if the buyer is willing to pay you outside of closing, you can always ask the bank to let you change the contract to put your buyer's name as the buyer instead. And you just tell them, hey, it's just like similar to sellers. You tell them that one of your associates is going to put the property under his name or under the company's name. So say, hey, we're going to move we're going to close under our company's name instead. So you can update that, and then you just have your buyer pays you outside of closing for the assignment fee. Okay. All three of these ways could be done, and all three of them are legal. There's plenty of times when I close and the buyers pay me my assignment fee outside of closing because I trust that buyer. Now, if you don't trust that buyer, there's a chance that they go closing and they don't pay you, unless they pay you ahead of time or something.